All right, good morning. It's actually almost lunchtime. It's like 11:30. So it's Saturday, and Saturdays are generally customer days. A little slow today. We had one customer, but he liked to talk, so he was actually here for like an hour and a half. But I always see that as an investment. Spreads the word, and we get more customers that way. But we just had unfortunately, a roadside delivery again. Had to unload the truck by the road. So it's another day of me driving back and forth to bring it all up here to the equipment yard. The other thing that's happened, Big Blue blew up. So 330,000 miles, and that Duramax decided it didn't want a Duramax anymore. Started having really loud rod knock, like not like a regular diesel, like about to come through the side of the block loud. And we gonna have to get that fixed. So that and the transmission, just doing both at the same time, pretty penny. $18,000 to get a new engine and transmission. But unfortunately, we need it, and that's way cheaper than buying a new truck, which that truck new these days is probably $75,000. So we'll just keep rebuilding the old one. Yeah, so I'm gonna jump in the skid steer and start making some trips up and down the driveway, getting all that equipment moved up here. Prior, I would take the trailer down there, load the trailer up, and bring it back, but I got no way to do that. So that's a bit of a bummer. That's probably all I'm going to get to today. I did hire someone. He's going to be here soon, do some dirt work for me because we just don't have any time. So he's going to expand the entranceway to the driveway so it's wider, and we'll get rid of the excuses for the truck drivers that don't want to drive up in here. And then also, you see this part of the driveway through here all the way down to the barnuminium and then over to the equipment yard is all dirt, and which is fine when it's dry. But the moment it starts to sprinkle, this gets really greasy, and it's just a real mess. So we're gonna cut this out, scrape off the top here, put down some geofabric, drop a lot of crushed concrete, and get this all cleaned up. It's gonna be real nice. I think that's gonna happen this upcoming week. Pretty excited about that. And it's not gonna be that much more than it would have cost me to do it myself. So it's kind of like a win-win, and we need to make progress. So that's what we're up to. I'll check back in with you with a little bit. All right, here we are down the end of the driveway, and this is what I'm talking about. All the way down that side of the driveway, and all the way down that side of the driveway, plus this big old beast on the front here. So it's gonna be a lot of trips back and forth. It's probably gonna take, well, there's 16 attachments. Probably take 2 hours. Hour and a half. Let's see if we can do it in an hour and a half. It is 11:30. Well, I'll probably stop for lunch, so I probably won't even finish in an hour and a half. But anyway, we're gonna see what we can do. Alright, that's pretty much maxed out what that machine can pick up without tipping over. So those things weigh like 2,200 pounds each, so plus the cage. What? Yeah, looking at probably 4,700 pounds. Somehow it feels to me like this is going to be quicker, even though I have to go slower, taking 2 at a time. I think that's going to save some time, so keep going.
Okay, so our dirt and gravel guy actually just came and left. He looked at the driveway and our equipment yard to see about adding some gravel. So this area in our equipment yard, there's Lucy, will have gravel. As you can currently see, it's very muddy, just very dirty. Well, of course it's dirty, but very muddy in particular. And the driveway is very muddy. Makes it not fun driving up and down, whether it's in machinery or our cars. So that'll be a great addition, having some gravel. So I'm excited about that. And right now, just hanging out with Lucy. She has a half-eaten quesadilla in her hand. So that's the most recent development. Joe's currently just bringing machinery up and back. So we'll check in with him. There he goes. Bye, Dada.
All right, last attachment. Finally, it's like 3:45, and that took way longer than I wanted it to take. But that's, guess, kind of how it goes. This thing looks like a giant chainsaw. It is a trencher. It's really neat, all the different attachments they can make for the front of a skid steer. Just pretty much anything you can think of, they somehow figure out how to make it, which is pretty wild. Thought I'd come down here just before we wrap up the video, and I'll show you what we're talking about as far as expanding the driveway, or the entrance anyway. And hopefully this removes everyone's excuses for not pulling up the driveway, and I don't have to do this again, because unloading by the road, one, is super dangerous. It takes longer just to get everything off the truck, and then I have to stage it here, then I have to move it on the other side of the gate, and then from the gate I got to move it all the way up. So it takes like 4 times as long. But we're just going to add 8 foot of pipe there. That's all. Add 8 foot of pipe, fill it in, and then the driveway entrance will be 8 foot wider. So it'll be very easy for anyone to make the turn, and that trailing axles on the trailer will catch driveway and not go into the ditch, so we don't have to worry about that. And the rest of the driveway, I've had 18 wheelers up in here, so really shouldn't need to do that, but it'll make it easier for everyone, and then they can go on up there. And then putting the gravel up there makes it so we don't have to worry about anyone getting stuck. They can turn around, they'll be on gravel the whole time, and they can get back out of here. So jump in the machine, get this one up the driveway, and then I can close everything up and call it a day. I was going to do some other things today, but that ain't happening. Alright, you can see I got everything tucked away. Got some items in here. Doors closed on there, but those 3 massive drum mulchers and that power rake bucket are in here. It's kind of a bit of a game of Jenga, fitting everything in the containers. This is an articulating brush cutter that's in there. And I got one more spot left over here. I got to move some stuff out of the way. We can get that trencher in here, tucked in here, and then won't be getting beat down by the sun and getting rained on. That is the goal. So I was really hoping to do more today. I was hoping to do a little mowing because hunting season's coming up, and man, it's terrible to try to get around out there. But it'll have to be next weekend. Next weekend is the last weekend before deer season opens, so it'll have to be next weekend. Well, no one else will have time. But anyway, I guess that's it for today. We didn't do as much as we'd always hoped, but that's kind of how it goes. So I think coming up, I'm going to start working on the solar panels and that whole setup for the barn dominium, because I just need to get power in there, and I have everything. Everything's here and ready to go, and so it doesn't require any more money. So I'm going to start working on that, and we can get power in the building, get power to that car lift, and then maybe I can convince the company that was supposed to install it to come back and finish, because they never finished, which is a little frustrating. That's all we got for today. Life's an adventure. Let's keep it that way.